I just feel tired. I feel like laggy.
Maybe you should get up and do the truffle shuffle.
You promise?
What do you mean you promise? I didn't say me, I said maybe you.
Oh, for real? That's how tired I am. I just automatically assume you would do it. Hey, what's good guys? This is Chris from WearTesters.com. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we're taking a look at these bad boys right here. This is the Nike Air Max 1 Sketch to Shelf. So these guys right here are an Air Max 1. Pretty simple, pretty standard, very classic Nike silhouette, especially from the Nike running side. This is their first one. But what makes these guys special is the fact that they've kind of like added Tinker's original design sketch to the model itself, giving us a tribute style sneaker on top of the actual sneaker, which is really interesting. Now, this is not the first time I've seen something like this. The first time I've seen it was on an actual Dorenbecker release. I don't know if it was done before that, but this is just the first time that I've seen it. And it was for the Gamma 12s. Do you guys remember those? It was such a forgetful colorway of the Air Jordan 12 classic model, crappy colorway. But Tinker decided to draw on the sneaker his original design sketches. And it was like, I don't know how to explain it. It just was really cool to me. It's not something that I would probably wear, but it looked really dope to like put on as a shelf piece and all that stuff. He even drew on the outsole, which was awesome. And that's what we have here. We have the outsole within the outsole. I just love the way that this looks. On top of that, I love the way that it almost looks identical. A lot of times you'll see the original sketch and then you'll see the actual model and you'll be like, holy shit. There was a lot of revisions in between. The Air Jordan Black Cat to the Air Jordan 13 is like a great example of that. The Black Cat looks, I mean, there's some design elements, but it doesn't look identical to the shoe. However, these guys right here, they definitely have that same kind of like waffle inspired pattern. You even got the little tread right there at the midfoot and everything with the, you can't see it because it's clear, but it does really look like that, like on the actual shoe. I probably should have just grabbed these, but whatever. And I just really like how it turned out. I think it looks great. The midsole is a standard Air Max 1 midsole. It is polyurethane. There's an air unit which is visible in the heel, and I believe I saw an original like ad or whatever. I don't think I kept it. I should have saved it. That was my fault. My bad, guys. But it did show that there was air in the forefoot as well, so hopefully that's still the case. I haven't seen one of these shoes chopped up before. Maybe somebody should do that. Not me. I only have 2 pairs. I'm not cutting up any of them. So if that's still the case, I think that's great. To me, on foot, they feel just like an Air Jordan 3 or an Air Jordan 4 or an Air Jordan 5. It's a firm ride, but I do like that for all day because it's kind of neutral and all that stuff, and I have too much cushion underneath my legs. For whatever reason, it kind of stretches out my tendons. And for whatever reason, this type of setup just works best for me, which is weird, but getting old, it's weird. It sucks. Now, on the shoe, there's lots of writing, which I think is really cool. They were taken off of the actual design sketch papers and they were placed in the actual portions that they were talking about on the sketch pad. So whether it's the actual Air Max unit or the white panels in the back, everything is pretty much labeled on the shoe as it is on the sketch. It's really cool. I think it's a really great concept, especially when it comes to Tinker, because Tinker's recent designs, no offense to Tinker, Tinker's recent designs kind of suck. I'm just saying, it feels like he's burnt out a little bit. He used up all the juice throughout the 80s and 90s. And I don't have any problem paying tribute to those models because they're classics nowadays. Nowadays, when you design something, we get something like the Jordan Diamond Mid, which, I mean, it looks like a good basketball shoe, but, you know, I mean, look at it. There's not a lot to it. It looks like a mesh chuck with the Jordan logo on there and everything. So, you know, whatever. So I just love these things. They're not identical to the Air Max 1 that you see on shelves. So this right here is just a beater pair that I've been wearing around, and this is pretty much what we see on Air Max 1s today. This is what they listed on the sketch though. So the original version was supposed to feature this type of material. I don't know what it is, but it definitely looks different. It looks cool. Whereas on the general release pairs, we just got this regular mesh. This is that felt material that I tell you guys that I don't like all the time, but it is a throwback to the era. That's just what they used on, you know, running models. It was supposed to keep things lightweight while still being performance driven. This guy right here uses a suede and all that stuff. I like this material a little bit better. This entire panel right here is missing. So it's, again, it's like a pretty much a concept version. And I think it's really cool that it's not on here because this is a panel that I actually really like. I remember when I first got these in, kind of like, why do these look a little bit different? That is why that panel is missing. It goes around the base all the way to the outside, and right there, it's just not there. It looks a little strange at first to me, but it's still very cool that it is not there. And then you can see at the rear, they've got nylon on the back, whereas this one's just a textile, and same thing on the tongues. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it, but this is just a kind of like nylon base, whereas this one, it's nylon on the side sides, and then you've got that textile mesh down the middle. It's super dope. I love the way that this looks. I really like this patch, by the way. I love the original quick Nike logo sketch and all that versus the nice and clean embroidered Air Max logo. They also have that on the inside of the shoe at the insole. And then on the inside, you have what we normally see on a lot of like first round promo samples and all that stuff of the shoes, where it says sketch, whereas normally it would say sample. And then underneath that, it says it's the property of Nike and all that stuff. So they did tweak things here and there to make it kind of like fit this theme and all that stuff. And again, I think it's really cool. I love the tribute. I love the back of the shoe, by the way. I love the embroidered Nike Air logo on there. However, on the left side, you've got Tinker's signature right there, along with the original sketch date. And I absolutely love Tinker's signature. I think he has one of the coolest signatures in the history of signatures. I just think it looks awesome. The guy actually has really cool handwriting too, which you could see all over the shoe. I don't know what it is about sneaker artists, like designers and stuff, but they always have like the most killer handwriting. I don't know what it is, but it always looks awesome. Now, in terms of sizing, if you were trying to grab these to wear, they do fit true to size for anybody wondering. So whatever you normally wear in typical Nikes, Air Max 1s, and old shoes. So if you've already owned a pair, you already know what size you wear. I just go true to size. They fit me perfectly. And that pretty much takes care of it for these guys. I think that they're awesome. I don't know if they're going to be limited though. On the box, by the way, it says Nike Air Max 1 Sketch to Shelf. So that's the official name of the sneaker and stuff. I've seen like just it being called the Sketch, but it is Sketch to Shelf. I think they look great. I think they came out fantastic. I love the slight material changes and all that stuff, just because again, it's a real big throwback to the 80s. It's a throwback to the original design, the original idea that Tinker had made into an actual sneaker. Not quite as weird as the Black Cat, but still really awesome. So that pretty much takes care of it. Thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in these guys, they are going to be available at select Nike accounts, including Phenom. So if you are local to the Sacramento or Elk Grove area, make sure to hit them up. They're going to be available this Saturday on the 13th. Retail is $150. They're not quite a premium release as far as materials go, but they're considering it a premium release as far as like the concept and all that stuff. So let me know what you guys think about these down below in the comment section. Are you interested in grabbing a pair? Are you not? What do you think about the Air Max 1 in general? I've been wearing my pair almost all summer and I just love mine. I just think that they're great. Although these are my white on white shoes, I always get one per year, and these just happen to be 2019's white on white shoe, and I do love them to death. I just think they're awesome. But let me know what you guys think about them, and thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all your support. So until next time, guys, have a good one.
Once a month, we put up the calendar of what we've recorded on WearTesters, and every time that goes up, my writing on the calendar gets compared to this guy here. Seeing it in person, I don't really see it, guys.
It's a little bit. It's not identical, but it's got that.
I feel like this is like comic book style writing, and I don't think my writing is comic book like.
I don't know. It's got a sharp look to it. Like that's
I'm
how.
sharp.
Okay, Azula.
I know, because you're so sharp.
Yeah, like what the Anyways, but what do you actually think about these? You're no stranger to the Air Max 1. This is actually one of your pairs, but not your first pair.
No, it's not my first pair.
Your first pair was?
It was a pair of cherry blossom ones, and that was the first shoe where I was like, babe, I really like this shoe.
She begged for those.
And so we went out and we found them, and it was a part of a whole set, and I was just like,
yeah, it was a whole pack. I actually had the Janowski of those. Those were uncomfortable. Like you got to really break that shoe in, the Janowski, and I was not willing to do that because I don't wear shoes, or now I do, but like back then, like I had so many pairs. Right. And I was like, I want to wear this today, and I want to wear that today, and stuff like that. But now I just kind of like wear the same thing every day. That at the time, like I was like, man, I can't break these in. Like they were real painful.
Those were a pair of shoes though where I would get stopped by random people just to tell me they liked my shoes, and I was like, these old things.
Yeah, no, but it's one of those things. That was a cool colorway though. This is my favorite look of the Air Max, where it's very traditional color blocking. It's what's, you know, done up or drawn up on this right here. This is obviously a tribute to the original colorway, the white and red ones. I don't know how I feel about the marker. It doesn't look bad. It's just that's the one thing, like if I was going to critique the shoe, I'm just kind of like, that's a little weird, but at the same time, I don't know how else you would do it.
I like it just because I have a problem with the felt material they'll use, especially when it's white.
Oh, yeah.
And this still gives you the white, but
But it takes care of most of it. Yeah, no, I do agree with that. This felt material is like, it's bad. And even the mesh on the toe. Like,
that's gonna grab everything.
Yeah, it attracts everything. It turns a little bit yellow. It's still a great shoe. I think it's one of those shoes where you just buy it and you just wear it. Like it's super wearable. I think that they look great. Actually, I really like this colorway. This is a women's colorway, but they come in like extended sizes. So if you're a guy with a smallish foot. Like you can wear, like I think they come to like up to a size like women's 11 or 12. I just think that these are awesome. I think that it's a concept that I really like.
Yeah, it's a very cool idea. Those other ones that you were showing me where they had put the sketch on top of the shoe.
You didn't like that? What? But those were for charity though.
That's nice.
I like that. I wouldn't wear that.
Right. Well, these are more wearable.
I think that these are definitely wearable. That's actually something that I wanted to ask you guys is, do you think this is wearable? Because I know some people I've seen in the comments are like, why would you wear that? They want to wear something that's finished, but I feel like in today's era of Virgil deconstructed, you know what I'm saying? Like this at least makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, it's not stupid. It's not doing it just to do it. It's like, this has a purpose to it. Like this is actually telling the story of the Air Max 1 on the Air Max 1.